With me today is Wendy Anderson. She's a senior counsel at Palantir and former senior Pentagon official. And I also have the Admiral William McRaven. He is a retired United States Navy four-star admiral who served as the ninth commander of the United States Special Operations and is a member of the newly formed Federal Advisory Board. Thank you both for joining me. It's so great to have you on Floor Talk.
It's great to be with you.
Thank you. Okay, now quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Admiral, you've served in the military for 37 years and used a variety of tech projects or products. Why join Palantir's advisory board? And perhaps most importantly, why now?
Yeah, thanks, Judy. Well, one, my guys used Palantir both in Iraq and Afghanistan. And frankly, watching how the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines used it for everything from taking a look at predictive analysis on the threats from the enemy to being able to kind of visualize some of our toughest threat problems out there, really made me a fan of the Palantir platform. And then, of course, I have watched them over the last several years as they have gone from private to the IPO. And frankly, it is their involvement with particularly the Department of Defense and the broader federal government that I have always admired. I've liked the culture of the company. And frankly, when I was asked to join the Federal Advisory Board, it didn't take me long to say yes.
Okay, now, Wendy, you've seen both sides of things from your time at the Secretary of Defense's office to the work you do now in private industry. What's at stake if the government gets these problems wrong?
Judy, nothing less than our national security is at stake. We Palantir, and also we, the national security agencies, right, I speak in my former role, are committed to keeping the United States technologically superior. Why? Well, because first and foremost, we want to be able to translate that superiority into military edge, into intelligence community edge, into homeland security edge. So whether we're assisting in counterterrorism operations or helping plan for near-peer competition, for example, with regards to Russia and its invasion into Ukraine, Palantir provides cutting-edge technology to the United States Armed Services and our allies. And look, here's the thing. In an era of rapidly evolving threats and geopolitical complexity, I think which we probably in the early years of this century would not have quite expected it to look as it does, decision makers and warfighters have got to have software capabilities that can only come from the commercial marketplace. And Palantir is thrilled to be a part of that community.
All right, now, Admiral, how can the US government and the military especially learn from and work more effectively with the tech industry?
Yeah, well, the military has always been innovative. I think some people will question that, but the fact of the matter is you go back and look at the history, particularly of the US military, and every time that there is a war or a pause in a war, there is kind of great transition, there is a great opportunity to innovate. The problem is today, if you're going to innovate, you're going to have to innovate very, very quickly. And this means understanding the data, because as Wendy said, we have moved away from this kind of counterinsurgency fight, the counter-terrorism fight, and now we are into near-peer competition. And consequently, the data becomes really the gold, if you will, for how we're going to invest in our future in terms of the military and technology. So we have to understand the data. We have to understand how the data applies to the problem set in a way that we've never had to before.